I'm Danny, and this is the first of a series of my diaries. So I have been keeping a diary for the past couple of months. It's been a video diary of what it's like coming to terms with the fact that I have dissociative identity disorder, which has been a bit of an odd journey, and obviously it's still continuing because we're only 2 months in. So the other videos I will be doing will be more science-based, more about what the ID is and the experience I have from that side of things. This will be more of a personal diary. So this is day-to-day events and things that I have found difficult, things that I have found unnerving, what friends and things have said. So I hope you enjoy them. And if you relate, feel free to comment, subscribe, anything else below. And yeah, enjoy the diaries. Bye. So I'm Danny, and I'm doing this purely because I had like the weirdest experience in town that I'm really not used to, and like I'm so panicked and worked up right now, and that's not me. That's not who I am. I'm a calm person in general, and like this part is just, and then that makes me question. It's like, well, is this me? Is this like the normal me when I'm not dissociating that actually feels all of these things? And it's the dissociative parts that don't feel anything, and I don't know. And like someone asked me like, who's the host in your system? And like in systems usually there's like a host or there's like a core identity, and I'm like, well, my legal name is Danielle, so Danny's my nickname, so I would guess that I am the host. And I was like, okay, so what makes you different to the others? And I'm like, I can't answer that question. I have felt like all of these people all the time for so long as I have these different parts to me, and when I go into these moods, well, modes because they're not associated with emotions, when I go into these modes, it's like just extensions of my personality, of who I am. And I'm usually a really calm, strong person. Nothing bothers me. Everything's like water off a duck's back for me. I shouldn't be a wreck like this. I feel like I am absolutely crying inside. I can hear myself crying inside, and I can feel my eyes are watering, but I'm not actually leaking anymore, which is nice. And I don't know what happened, and it's weird. It's really weird. So I had just finished seeing a psychologist who was confirming that I'm untreatable on the NHS. So I was like, okay, fine, let's see if we can apply for funding so I can actually get treatment that I actually need, because the NHS won't touch dissociative disorders apparently, because I'm a complex and I'm untreatable and all this other crap. And I was meeting my mum. She was over doing some shopping, but she'd be like half an hour or so, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll have a browse through time. Done that loads of times in the past. Generally I have my dog with me because she's an assistance dog, so she's usually there to support me. This time I didn't, and it hit me that it was the first time that I was on my own without my dog, but still having the awareness that I have of the dissociative episodes that I have. And I don't suffer from panic attacks. I'm not a panicky person. I don't get the kind of worked up stage. It doesn't really affect me, at least it hasn't, but I have never experienced this, which is why I'm explaining it, because I thought I would start to record my journey with this. So I was in town, and suddenly I started to, I could feel myself dissociating, and I could feel myself kind of not. It's really weird because I was just like, I don't feel right. Everything was going really blurry, and I felt really, really panicked. And I don't feel panicked. I'm not a panicky person. I was like, okay, this is weird. So I got a voice message to my friends, and I was like, this is the first time on my own. Maybe it's that. I don't have my dog with me. Maybe my dog grounds me a lot more than I thought she did, because she was always there to help me for my physical issue, never for my mental. So I was like, okay, it's cool. You know, I've got friends. I'm in a place that I know really well. You know, I've grown up here, and yeah, I felt myself just going really, really funny. Next thing I knew, I'm stood in front of a bunch of toys. In Claire's accessories. I never go in Claire's accessories. I haven't been there since I was like a teenager. I'm 33. So yeah, what am I doing in Claire's? And I'm looking at like these sparkly, shiny little animals that look like the sort of unicorns and the dragons and things. I like unicorns, you know, as you can tell from my t-shirt. Not as much as dragons though. Unicorns are very much a little side of me. And I was holding this little dragon and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. Then I was like, no, I don't need to buy it, because one, I don't need to buy anything right now, and two, I have this dragon. I have the bigger version. He lives in my car. And I was like, why am I suddenly in a shop looking at these things? And then like the person kind of handed me like a bag, and I was like, okay, so like I'm like looking around. I don't want anything in here, and I'm like picking up things and looking at stuff. Like, what the fuck am I doing in this shop, looking at all this stuff that I have absolutely no interest in doing? I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave the shop. So I left the shop. I thought, okay, I'll go to Starbucks and I'll get myself hot chocolate. And while I stood in the queue, I had to leave. I have never had to leave a queue. I don't worry in queues. And I don't know what it was, what I was worrying about. Was I worrying that I was going to pass out? Was I worrying that I was dissociating into someone else and was worried about what they would do, you know, with my body? I don't know if I was worried that I would be attacked. It felt like I was looking out all the time in case someone was gonna like jump up behind me and get me. I don't have that kind of paranoia. I mean, yeah, I've been attacked a lot in the past, but I've always dealt with it. I've always been calm. It's never really been much of an issue. Just noticed Nala's fallen over. There you go, Nala. It's never really been much of an issue. So I don't know what it was. So I called my friend. And I'm like, I'm in a shop and I feel like I have to buy something. She's like, you don't have to actually buy something. I'm like, I know, but I feel like almost compelled to. She's like, just leave the shop. I was like, okay. So I left the shop. I then went and browsed some makeup. I'm not into makeup. I know one of me is, because I end up having like really extravagant makeup on sometimes, like really bright sparkly purple, sparkly makeup on, and I get confused. I'm like, oh well, you know, I was just in a makeup mood. Happens, right? And I've never experienced it before, and it is weird, and it is really distressing, and it's freaking me out. And I don't know, and then I just started leaking, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to cry, but I was like this talking, and like my eyes were just like leaking, and I'm like, I'm leaking, I leak. It's not the first time this leaking has happened, and I can't describe it as any other way other than leaking, because I don't feel upset at the time. I don't feel worried or panicked or anything like that. I leak. Like days will just come down. Then I end up in Costa. Try again, the queue was shorter. Got a hot chocolate, got a cake as well. I still don't know what cake it is. It's in my pocket downstairs. I assume it'll be something chocolatey. But you know, I made it home, and I understand that it was part of the dissociative episodes, and you know, I'm safe and everything was fine. But to experience it like that, it took me by surprise. I'm used to just drifting off into Dannyland or being really, really calm when different parts of me come out. But this was different, and it was really panicked, and I felt like a child. So I don't know if it was just the little part of me that just realised that we were on our own, and if she kind of came out, and which is why I ended up in the toy shop, it would make sense that it was my little that was trying to cope, and then you struggle to be in a queue and around people. And it wasn't until I actually called an adult friend of mine that she kind of brought like the more adult me back. So yeah, that was my experience today, and I don't want to experience again, but I will do, and I will get through it just like I have, you know, for the past 32 years. So yeah, it's good talking to you.